Today's video is about the sacral center in your human design body graph, specifically relating to sales conversations. I teach visibility, I share visibility, I empower women to be iconic through being more visible and confidently expressed. But actually, it's all very well going out there and being visible. But if you're running a business, the visibility then needs to lead to opportunities that then lead to clients, sales. This is how you are going to empower yourself as a woman. This is how you are going to have choices because you're empowering yourself with working in your full fulfillment, aligned to your purpose, aligned to your dharma, and creating success and wealth within your business. And then also at the same time, helping others to be able to create whatever their version of success is. So regardless of what you think about it, sales is such an integral part of visibility. Sales is an integral part of building a business and scaling your business. And you could say to me, yes, Abby, but I could go and hire someone to do it. I could hire a team to go and do my sales. Yes, you could do. But actually, what about the conversations that you have every single day? There's just these conversations in life that could naturally lead to an opportunity where you could sell something to someone. And what I mean by that is that, they are, potentially opening themselves up to you about what they're struggling with and what they need help with. You can see the correlation between what they need and what you offer. And then all of a sudden you're having this conversation when you're inviting them in to work with you. In that conversation, you need to feel very, very confident about what you do, how you can help them, and also stating your pricing. And very often, this is where the sticking point can be. I work with some really, really successful women. On paper, they are successful. And in their bank account, they are also successful. But they still feel uncomfortable having these sales conversations. So my wish for you is that you feel super, super comfortable having these sales conversations, that it just becomes second nature to you. And then you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to stress about it. You don't need to have anxiety about it. You can just go in there and have these conversations with people. So this is why I am putting the series of videos together. So please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel that I'm going to be placing this on, because you will be able to watch all of the videos and future videos that will be coming up, and I don't want you to miss any of them. I have created a series of videos that helps you to be able to use the energy within your human design centers to be able to sell. Each video is about 20 minutes long max, and then what I'm going to be doing is taking a deeper dive into this on not November, I keep saying November for some reason, I'm wishing the year away, September 4th, I'm going to be running a 2-hour live workshop online. And you will be able to come and join that and meet some of the incredible women that have already joined. And I'm going to be taking you through and deep diving more into how you can use the natural energy and tendencies within your human design centers to be very comfortable and very competent at sales. You can get really good at it and not have to worry or stress about it. Okay, it just becomes something naturally that you are able to instigate within your business. So today we're talking about the sacral center. So the sacral center, let me just show you my design. So this is my human design chart. The sacral center is the center that is the square. So at the bottom of the body graph, you can see that there is a square at the bottom that is colored in gray. And then there is a square above that that is not coloured in grey, it's white. and that is the sacral center. When the center is defined, that means you are either a generator or a manifesting generator. And that's really cool because you make up 70% of the population. You have this wonderful sacral energy and this beautiful aura that attracts in opportunities to you that you can then respond to. You're the life force of the planet. You're the workers. You can go out there, you can lead, you can get the job done, you can see it through to fruition because you have this wonderful, wonderful sacral energy that is able to sustain you throughout the day. And there are certain energies that people can feel from you when you have that sacral energy defined. If you do not have this defined, if it is undefined like mine, therefore it's in white and not coloured in. By the way, you might go and see a chart somewhere else with lots of different colours. This is just from my website, and I don't like to use the colours because I don't like them. They're very kind of like 1990s there. So anyway, this fits in more with my aesthetic. So it's the grey and white. And if yours is white, it means that it's either undefined or open, and it means that you're a non-sacral being. So therefore you're a projector like me, or you're a reflector. So projectors are 20% of the population, reflectors are 1% of the population, our precious unicorns, or you are 9% of the population and you are a manifester. So look, we need to go further into your chart because obviously the undefined sacral centers within reflectors, projectors, and manifestors are very, very different. The energies are very different. And of course, we will go further into that in the workshop on September 4th. But at this very high level, I'm just going to talk about it, like whether it's defined or undefined. We're not going to talk about the types. So if the center is undefined, that means that you are bringing in the energy of defined sacral beings. And not only are you bringing in that energy, you're also amplifying it. You are tasting it. So it makes you very, very intuitive in this area. So what does that mean for sales? What does that mean for sales conversations? If you are having a sales conversation, whether you're on a call or whether you are going into pitch in a boardroom, or whether you're having a conversation with someone, you know, down the supermarket or walking down the street or at a networking event, or if you are speaking on a stage and someone comes and speaks to you afterwards and wants to know more about your products and your services. How does this help you, this knowledge of the energy with you in your defined or undefined sacral center, how does that help you in your sales conversations? Well, it helps a lot because this is life force energy. This is the energy that makes the world move, right? This is work and sex. This is a very, very powerful and potent energy that you will either have access to consistently as a generator, manifesting generator, or you might have like these tastes of it and be able to amplify it and feel into it if you are not a generator or a manifesting generator. So if you have your sacral center defined, that means that actually what you are doing is you are responding to the conversation with real like sacral response energy, like gut-led energy that feels really, really powerful to others. So maybe within that conversation, you are able to give some feedback or advice to them about where you think that their business could be going, or, you know, opportunities that maybe they're not seeing. Because I am a big, big believer in giving value in any sales conversations. I'm not in the school of thought that, you know, it's just like, you asking a load of questions and then finding out more about them and then just going straight into a pitch. I think that this is a great opportunity for you to be able to demonstrate what it feels like to work with you. So when you're having this conversation as a defined sacral being and you are asking them questions and maybe like giving your own advice or opinions and kind of feeling into it more, what's going to happen is energetically they're going to feel that from you. So they're going to feel that you are energized and lit up by the work that you're doing, and that you're really, really grounded in this action, in the action that, you know, in your work and the action that you could take them through if they come and work with you. So it might not necessarily be the words and the language that you're using. Please be mindful of that. With all of this, this is not about the actual conversation, even though the language that you use and the words that you use could actually align to the energy within your human design centers. But with the sacral center, they're going to be it's going to be a feeling. They're going to feel it from you. They're going to be like, oh, this is someone that will really be able to, that I'll be able to tap into their energy, that's really lit up by their work. Because remember, if you are a generator and a manifesting generator, it's important that you are lit up by your work. Otherwise, you'll be burnt out. You can still get burnt out if you're not lit up by your work. So it's important for you to be lit up by your work. And then when you're speaking about your work, so when you're talking about, you know, this is what it's like to work with me, this is what I feel will be a good way for us to work together. When you're talking about that, they will feel that inner satisfaction from you, and they will feel how lit up you are by your work. That is extremely magnetic to them. And then you can respond to that. They will then be responding to you and you can respond to them. And as a generator, manifesting generator, it's really important for you to be able to respond to something. Remember, you are not self-initiating, you're responding to them. And that's how you can then make your decision as to whether also they would be a good fit to come and work with you. If your sacral center is undefined, is a very different energy. It's a very different way of being. Okay, you can actually feel into whether they are lit up by your offer, and you can respond accordingly. Okay, so this is how a lot of those that sales training out there goes. Okay, you are taught that you get onto a call with someone and you find out what it is that they want to create and what are the blocks that are holding them back. Okay, and then you go into your pitch and you invite them in for working with them, to work with you. Okay, so that's there's more to it, and I'm sure that everyone is going to have a different process, but that is basically it. You want to find out what they want to achieve, where they want to get to, what are the blocks that are holding them back, and then you can then match your offer with the blocks that are holding them back. Well, this is why I don't think that it's all one size fits all, because it's almost like you're making the offer to everyone. Okay, this is where it doesn't line up. First of all, what if what they're struggling with doesn't match your offer? What if you can't help them? Okay, it's not going to work. Like, if you're bringing on a client just because you want to make some money and you're not going to be able to help them, it doesn't work. And secondly, if they're not being lit up by your work, if they're not being lit up, feeling lit up by your offer, if they're not feeling lit up by you working together, why on earth would you make them an offer? I mean, why would you even offer to work with them? I don't know about you, but I only want to work with people that are excited to work with me. And especially as a projector, it's really important for me, for that person to see me and recognize me and value me. If that person is not valuing me, I'm not going to make an offer. I have been on sales calls this week actually, where I'm just like, nah, it just does not feel aligned. I don't want to work with that person. I don't want to invite them in. They're a very, very lovely person and they're doing some great work in this world, but I do not want to work with them because they're not seeing me and they're not valuing me. They don't value my work. So therefore, why would I want to work with them? Because it's not going to be a magical connection. So if you're if that energy center, okay, if that sacral center is undefined, and you are feeling from that person that they're kind of like not really overexcited about what you're talking about, then it's time for you to say, look, I don't think that we're a good match, or there's someone else actually that I think that you'd be a really good fit for, and you can refer them to someone. Do not try and push and cajole and try and convince. And this is what I see a lot, actually, shaming, like trying to shame someone into working with you. I was having a conversation with someone about it today, and we were talking about how much like literally, if someone tries these tactics, it's like, nah, switched off. I'm sorry, I'm not even open for this. You might have been in a conversation with someone before on a call where they've said, well, the reason that you're not saying yes to my offer is the very reason that you're not moving forward in your business. Like, fucking bullshit. Sorry. In fact, I don't. Why did I even say sorry then? I'm not saying sorry. That is fucking bullshit. It really is. Like, that is someone trying to shame you and manipulate you into buying a product from them. And it is not cool. Okay, so please don't be that person. What you can do is you can hold this really calm and spacious energy in the sales process. And that can be really, really magnetic to someone. So therefore, you're not trying to prove yourself to them. You're not trying to kind of convince and cajole them into something. You are just holding the space for them to be able to share with you. And then you can act accordingly from there. So your undefined sacral center will really be able to help you to be able to hold that calm space. And remember, it's more than likely, I mean, sacral beings are 70% of the population, right? So it's more than likely that you're on a call with someone who has got defined sacral, unless obviously you market specifically to projectors and things like that. So remember that your sacral will be responding to them. Okay, so you might feel the pressure to match them. They might be a little or very, very, very enthusiastic about something, and you might feel the pressure to match them. So at that point, I would say slow down even more. Slow down, stay centered, stay in control, be in your leadership, and then you can really feel into whether this person is a good match for you or not. So that's all I have to say about the sacral center for the time being. As I've said already, if you want to come on and join me on September 4th, I'll put the link down below. If you're watching this further on than September 4th, then there will be a link to a replay that you can go and be a part of. But if you want to come and join me live, then let me know. Any questions below, as always, any questions, any aha moments. Enjoy this, enjoy selling. It's for me, it's a real honor and privilege to be able to have a conversation with someone, and if they're ready for this, to help them to be able to step into creating something really significant and transformational in their life. And the sales conversation is just the start of that. So it's nothing to be resistant to, it's to lean into it. But really understanding more about your human design will really be able to help you in that area. We have one more video to go, which is going to be the root center. And maybe you can watch this video now. Maybe I haven't even recorded it yet, but that's going to come up very soon. So please be sure to like and subscribe, and you won't miss another video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah! I will see you soon.